Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Tri-County Accountability. Today I wanted to do a video. It's something a little bit different. It involves the mayor of Yarmouth instead of police or CPS or any other organization, like governmental organization, even though the mayor is part of the government. It involves the housing crisis in Nova Scotia and across Canada that's been going on for years now, honestly, years. And it involves an apartment that Pam Mood, the mayor here in Yarmouth, and her daughter Julie Mood are trying to rent out in what would be considered the bad part of town. They're trying to rent a one-bedroom apartment for $2,800 a month. Now, I understand it's everything included, but it's a one-bedroom apartment. I've been in it because I used to work for Julie, and it's not very large. It's not worth $2,800. And it just shows how out of touch our mayor is, trying to rent something for $2,800 a month when individuals and their families are literally living in campers in the woods and staying in hotels because they can't find apartments to rent for reasonable prices. It's atrocious, it's disgusting, and it just shows how out of touch government officials and public officials truly are. All right, guys. So I know it's going to be in what would be in regular mode, like picture mode, but this is how Facebook wants me to do it. So here's Pam Mood's post. Pam Mood is the mayor of Yarmouth. She's been the mayor for 3 terms or something now. So it says, luxury rental Yarmouth. Posting for someone, even though it's her apartment and her daughter's apartment, so they're just trying to throw the scent off. It says, fully furnished ocean view luxury apartment for rent from March 1st to May 31st. Free parking, Wi-Fi, power included. Enjoy stunning ocean with sunsets, barbecue, deck, smart TV, in-house laundry, keyless entry, green space, walking distance to downtown and train tracks, even though it's just a walking trail anymore. We don't have trains here. Grocery store, and much more. Second story apartment, no pets, no smoking, $2,800 per month. Damage deposit and references required. Serious inquiries only and inbox only. I'll pass on info. She's a beauty. So let's look at some of the pictures here. So this is you with your back up against the back wall where the kitchenette would be, and that's that brick wall. That's where your stairs go down. That's the end of the apartment. So if you're looking from this view, that shows the width of the room going into your bedroom there. And where they were standing to take that first picture was in the corner by the fridge there. I understand it's furnished. I get that. But what are you supposed to do with your stuff when you go in here? And they're asking, it's only a short-term rental that she wants to do 2 months. So she's trying to make $5,600 real quick over an apartment that's a one-bedroom apartment that is in the south end of Yarmouth, is right across from the old South End Red and White, where literally crackheads hang out. Like, this is not luxury. She's saying, oh, you get free parking. What apartment doesn't come with parking? Is that like a thing? Like, I feel like every single apartment that I've ever rented definitely has parking space. Like, it should. Now, this view is a little bit suspect. Now, this view is actually taken from down the road. You go down the road that this apartment's on. You go onto a separate road. You go onto Water Street. You make a left. And you drive up about half a kilometer. And that's where this picture is taken. Because the actual view from the rear of that apartment is a broken down fish plant that is covered in graffiti. Yeah, it just seems a little excessive to me, considering it's such a small apartment and with the housing crisis at hand. Like, this is completely out of touch to even go and make something like this in this rental market. It's gross, really. It's really gross because there are literally families, like I said, that are living in campers in the woods running generators for electricity right now. Like, there's people living in motels and hotels. So that's the post, and let's get back to a little bit of a discussion here. So now that we've gone over the Facebook post that Pam Mood posted, let's start talking about what effect that's going to have on this community. So now that we've gone over the post that Pam Mood posted. Let's talk about that a little bit. So $2,800 for a furnished apartment with everything included, right? Doesn't seem too bad, I guess. Depending where you are, like maybe New York or something, that would be completely acceptable. LA, Toronto, even Halifax or something like that, downtown on the waterfront. But for Yarmouth, in the south end of Yarmouth, across from where literally drug addicts hang out every single day, um, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And there's people literally living in the woods. There's people living in hotels. There's people that families of 5 or 6 living in 1-bedroom apartments because that's all that's available. It's not the fact that the rent is too much. It's there's nothing available to rent here. There's nothing. Like if you are in need of an apartment, it might take you 2 years to find it. There's just no public housing in Nova Scotia. The last time that they invested in public housing was in the 70s. And all of those projects, they were like to revamp houses that had already been built. And all of those funds went away in the mid-90s, at least. So it's been years, almost 30 years, since we've had any infrastructure built by the government in this province. We have barely any subsidized housing, and if there is subsidized housing, the wait list is 2 to 3 years long just to get an interview to go in and look at them. And that's if any of them come up. So we have this apartment who was renovated by Julie Mood, who is Pam Mood's daughter, so the apartment is owned through Genesis Interiors, which is Julie Mood's company that her and her father, which would be Pam Mood's husband, run. Now, Pam Mood doesn't work for them, but she's the mayor of Yarmouth, and she's had some political sway on getting that business started. So she's trying to say that, oh, it's not me renting it. Yes, it is. It's your family that's renting it. You're the one that's decided what the rent will be, and she knows the location, she knows the area, and she should understand that it's unacceptable to try to charge people in this community especially that much money. If there's an individual who has that much money and is able to drop it on an apartment, what that individual should do is go to the bank. And they should put that as a down payment to a mortgage and buy a home. Because homes around here are extremely cheap. Like, our market went up a little while during the pandemic because there was a lot of people from other provinces moving to Nova Scotia and buying up cheap houses. But our market is starting to level off now. And if you were to go to a bank with $5,000 as a down payment, they would give you a mortgage, and you could go find a house that instead of paying rent, you would be paying a mortgage and you would own it. So individuals that are in the market for that level of apartment in Yarmouth are probably more apt to just go buy a house. So realistically, what would have been better is if she would have not spent as much money in that apartment, making it a designer luxury apartment, and she made it affordable housing. Now, she could have easily done resumes or some sort of application process to weed out any bad tenants that she didn't want in there, but she could have also charged a reasonable amount for someone in this town to actually rent that and live in it and have an actual home to live in. Meanwhile, she's just trying to collect money. And people were calling her out on those comments. So what she did is she went and she deleted every single bad comment that she had. She blocked every single person that made a bad comment. And then she restricted the comments on her own post to only allow her friends of hers on Facebook, to comment. So if you look at the comments, it's overwhelmingly positive, but that's only because Pam Mood took away the negative comments. She took away all the comments that were saying this is too much, this is out of touch. She got rid of those. She hid them, and that's not being transparent. Now, she's a public official. She's our mayor. Now, if she's a public official on Facebook, wouldn't that Facebook page be a public forum? And wouldn't it be against our right to free speech for her to block those comments? Now, I'm unsure about that, but I'm pretty sure Facebook is considered a public forum. So if you guys have any comments or concerns about this, or you'd just like to discuss it, leave a comment down below. Like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And also, if you look in my community section, I made a Discord for you guys. So if you want to join that and have some thoughtful discussion through there, it's a lot easier. We can talk actually in person. And that way you guys get to know me a little bit better. I can get to know you a little bit better. And we can go forward and see how this channel is building and actually build a real community together instead of just being through Facebook comments and things like that, or YouTube comments rather. It's just a lot easier. I actually had a conversation with an individual from the channel earlier today. It was great. I really enjoyed it. We had some very meaningful discussion, and we had some debate. We talked about relevant topics when it comes to policing and government officials and Canada in general and what we would like to see out of the group. So if you want to add anything to it, anything at all, you're more than welcome. The link is in my community channel, like I said. All you need to do is download Discord if you don't already have it. It's free to download. It's free to use. It's free to subscribe to and sign up for. So just come on down, come to Tri-County Accountability's channel, and we'll talk from there. So I hope you guys all have a great day, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.